FOMCstrategy.com.
Hello, this is Daniel Grady with a quick look at the markets for today, Wednesday, April 9th. Coming up at 8:30 GMT, we have trade balance data from the United Kingdom, which could generate some volatility in the pound. Then at 11 o'clock, we have MBA mortgage applications from the United States. And while housing is an important component of the American economy, we're not expecting all that much volatility from this particular data set. Then at 6 o'clock in the evening, we have a speech by an ECB policymaker. There could be some volatility here in the euro if there's some mention of accommodative measures, but that's not expected given that the euro is trading pretty far away from 140 at the moment. Then at the same time, we have the major event of the day, 6 o'clock GMT, when we have the release of the FOMC minutes from the last meeting, which will give investors some forward guidance from how the Fed is looking at sees the economy and the possibility of raising interest rates and the pace for the taper. Okay, moving over to the markets, the S&P 500, as we expected, rebounded yesterday. It's back above 1,850. During the Asian session, we also continued to have more optimism with Asian stocks up, all except for Japan, which continued to move on the downside. This is the best performance of the non-Japanese stocks, and particularly mainland China in the last since the beginning of the year, actually. Going into the session today, S&P 500 futures are pretty much unchanged, which shows a pretty much neutral outlook for investors going into at the beginning of the session, which is to be expected given the important data that's going to be released later in the day. So we could see some flat trading until we get that data. The euro, as we expected, came up to 138 and then bounced off to close slightly below it in the intraday. However, today during early trading, it's starting to push higher. It's just a hair above 138 at the moment. It's a hair below 138 at the moment, and we have our next level of resistance at 138.40. If that level weren't to hold, we could be looking at another run at 139. We also, on the downside, for support, we have a pretty weak support here at 137.60, but a stronger support at 137.40. The pound had a strong reaction yesterday, and as we expected, it moved towards 168, and it came just below 167.50, forming a new top here, which could be a new resistance level. If that weren't to hold, it could move towards 168 in the near term, but after a strong move like this, we could expect some short-term correction during the day. And on the downside, we have support at 166.80 at the moment. In the yen also gained significant strength yesterday versus the dollar, which pushed this pair down, and it moved below our support level here, which we had at 102.30, which is a relatively weak level of support, and it's now turned into a relatively weak level of resistance. In terms of resistance, we're looking at 102.75, the stronger resistance level, and on the downside, we have pretty strong support here at 102.30, which is not only the 50 Fibonacci retracement level, but it's also the bottom of this long-term trend that we've been having in the dollar-yen pair since last year. And then finally we have gold, which continued to move on the upside in line with the correction. RSI is now showing that gold isn't oversold anymore. It came up to resistance, which we had here at 1,310 and stopped there. If it were to break through that and continue its correction, we have our next resistance at 1,340. And if it were to continue to move on the downside, we have support at 1,285. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy trading.